Today we're making exercise!
We're talking about exercise today. I'm trying to get my lighting to work here, but my lighting is not super great today. Okay. Alright, so for anybody who doesn't really know that much about me, I'm an occupational therapist, so if you want to know what that is, ask my husband. He has a great explanation. My husband has probably one of the best descriptions that I've found. But occupational therapy is kind of a big umbrella. We do a lot of things that kind of overlap with physical therapy, but basically helping people with anything that's going to enable them to function better in their life. Occupational therapy, we focus a lot on holistic wellness. So I'm going to share with you guys 5 of the biggest things that I've seen as a therapist to help you holistically evaluate what's going to be the best type of workout and exercises for you, your life, your body. So this is not all encompassing. I'm not making any promises. I'm not a trainer, a physical trainer, but I do have a master's degree in occupational therapy, which means that I do have a background in biology and neuroscience, neuroanatomy. I don't know everything, but I have quite a bit of experience. I work with a lot of different types of people and helping them to be healthier, stronger, and just to be able to function in their everyday life a little bit better. So my first tip I want to share with you guys is take into consideration, why are you wanting to exercise? Why are you wanting to work out? So, you know, some people, you're wanting to just be stronger. You're just wanting to be healthy. Maybe you just want to get a really good cardio workout and improve your endurance and stamina. Maybe you love working out because you love the endorphins and it just helps you be healthy. It helps you get out your stress and manage your anxiety and that kind of thing. So those are all things to take into consideration when you're choosing a workout. Sometimes you're doing a workout. Lorena is here trying on my jewelry, so she's going to add some extra entertainment for us today. Maybe you're working out to do to therapeutically recover from some sort of injury. Maybe you're working out to for a specific type of training. Now for athletes, you know, some of this information might not completely apply because your specific training is oriented to help you succeed at a certain type of sport or competition. So, you know, some of these things might not necessarily apply. But, okay, so that's your number 1 thing. Number 2 thing is to make sure you're, no matter what workout you're doing, you're always protecting your joints. So that involves a couple different things. Lorena's showing jewelry here, so. Okay, so, the first thing with your joints is you always want to make sure that your ligaments, that's like, here's my joint, right? My shoulder. Your ligaments are what connect your muscle to the bone on your shoulder. So make sure that you are always protecting that joint by not overstraining one side or the other. A lot of times I've seen people who are working out and they're doing, like, they love to do one particular muscle group. So like we've got our biceps, we got our, here's my my push-up pros. I see people who do like tons of push-up, 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 or sit-up, sit-up, sit-up. But if you're doing all these repetitive exercises on one side of that joint, and you're not doing exercises for the other muscles on the other side of that joint, what you're doing is you're overtaxing the ligaments and muscles on this side, and these ones are actually weak. So what ends up happening is you can dislocate your joint, you can create a tendonitis situation on the side that's being overworked, and then that's when you get your like rotator tears, because the other side isn't strong enough to handle that, and you get your muscles or ligaments can tear on the other side. So just think of your muscles as like a rubber band. I'm going to grab one of my little things here. So if this is your joint at the top here, my finger is the joint, and you have your, let's say, bicep muscle on one side and your tricep muscle on the other side. If you're doing exercises that are working just the bicep over here, biceps and the deltoids over here, so much, and not doing anything for your triceps and your rotator cuff, what happens is one side gets super, super strong and pulls that joint, out of place, which can not just dislocate, but it can also cause neck problems, back problems, other pain and discomfort, and then the other side's at risk of being torn or injured in other ways. So always keep that in mind when you're deciding how you're going to work out. You want to think about, okay, I'm going to do, let's say you're going to do pull-ups. Let's see if I can do a pull-up here. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm going to do, say you're doing pull-ups. Here's my pull-up bar here. Okay, we got our pull-ups, but if you don't, so that's working all your shoulders here. But if you're working all of that and you're not working your shoulders in the back, you're not working your tricep, you're not strengthening those back muscles, you're going to have imbalance, and that's putting you at a high risk of injuring yourself. So make sure you take that in mind when you're deciding what your workout is going to be. Okay, let's see if I can. All right. So I'm still on point number 2. Number 2 here is protecting your joints. So protect your ligaments and your joints. Think about your muscle balance, not just one side of that joint. You want to do both sides. You want to always have supportive shoes. So I've got my sneakers here. All right. If you're not supporting your feet, you're going to end up with plantar fasciitis. You could end up with ankle problems, knee problems, hip problems, back problems. As we know, everything is connected in the body. So when your feet are not properly supported, it's going to influence everything up from your feet. So please make sure you're wearing supportive footwear. You don't have to buy the most expensive sneakers ever, but you just want to make sure you at least have good insoles in your shoes. You have that support that you need. Okay, then the other thing is protecting your back. Let's say you're doing sit-ups, right? Okay, so you're working your abs. If you're not doing exercises to strengthen your back muscles as well, you're putting your spine at risk. Okay, so make sure that you guys are balancing that out. You always want to make sure that you are, when you're doing exercises, know your body. If you already have back problems, avoid exercises that involve a lot of like twisting movements. That's not going to be the best for you if you have back issues or hip issues. I see a lot of people doing these exercises where they're like twisting and rotating, and that's not the best for everyone. So keep that in mind. Know your body, know your joints. Don't put your joints at risk by twisting them if you know you already have concerns in those areas. Okay, and then the other thing about your joints is the impact. So, you know, a lot of exercises that are popular, like Zumba and running, jogging, treadmills, all that kind of stuff, sometimes that's great, but if you know you have joint problems, you might want to avoid high impact exercises like running, Zumba, jogging, that kind of thing. You can do there's lots of other kinds of exercises. You can do isometric kind of exercises like a Pilates kind of thing, a yoga Pilates. There's kinesthetics where you can do push-ups and planks, and there's lots of other things that you can do. So, okay, so that's 2. Sorry, some of these are a little long. I'm trying not to keep my video too long, but okay, so now we're on number 3. We're halfway through my 5 tips here. Okay, so 3, your muscles. So you want to take into consideration as far as your repetitions of your muscles. A lot of people like to do like heavier weights. A lot of times they love to do, the heavier the weight, the better. That means I'm going to be stronger. Sometimes that works for some people, especially like if you're trying to do bodybuilding. You know, there's CrossFit there's specific ways to train that way, but you've got to make sure you're protecting your back, and you have to know your joints. If your joints are not going to tolerate heavy weights, don't do it. If you know you have loose ligaments, please don't do heavy weight training. It's not good for your ligaments. You may end up pulling something, straining something, tearing something, okay? So in my recommendation, I actually recommend a little bit lighter weight, but going for more repetitions. Because in our everyday life, we don't necessarily need to go lift a car, okay? But we need to be able to tolerate doing activities for long periods of time and have stamina, endurance in our muscles. Here's a great example. You think about a sprinter versus a marathon runner. Okay, and that's kind of how your muscles are. You've got your fast twitch muscles, those are your sprinting muscles, and you've got your slow twitch muscles. Those are your endurance and stamina muscles. That's what marathon runners use. So in your life, do you want to be able to quickly do something super strong and then just be totally wiped out with those fast twitch muscles, or do you want to be able to tolerate doing longer periods of activities without getting worn out and tired? That's why I recommend a little bit lighter weights if you're going for weights, or a little bit lighter resistance. Like these are, I always love resistance bands. Resistance bands are great, resistance pulleys. But I recommend a little bit lighter resistance with more repetitions so that you can build up your stamina, your slow twitch muscles, so you can tolerate doing activities without getting wiped out as easily. And you're putting less strain on your joints with a lighter resistance level. That's my recommendation. So that's number 3. Okay. Then, number 4, tip number 4, nutrition. We all know, I think we've all heard a lot of the sayings out there about nutrition. If you're not balancing your nutrition, you're not going to get as much out of your workouts, and you're not going to have energy to work out. So take that into consideration. There's basically 3 main things under nutrition. You want to make sure that your digestion is functioning properly. If your body's not processing and digesting things appropriately, you're not going to have energy. You're not going to be able to utilize the nutrients that you are eating to fuel your body to be able to work out and actually gain the strength that you want to get from your workout. The second thing is balancing your blood sugar. If you're having blood sugar problems, if you're not able to balance your blood sugar, you can have insulin resistance, which is going to prevent you from being able to burn fat. Your energy is going to be low. It's going to affect your mood. You're probably not going to want to work out. So blood sugar is so key for so many things. And then fueling your body well. You want to make sure with your nutrition you are, especially before and after workout, you want to make sure you're getting good proteins, lots of water. Please, before and after workouts, try to avoid caffeine and carbonated beverages. Those 2 things actually steal nutrients from your body. I can go into a whole science lesson on the molecules of caffeine. Caffeine molecules are electronegative. That means that they steal components from other molecules in your system, like your food, and you don't get all the nutrients out of your food, and it reduces your body's ability to produce ATP, which is the energy that is needed for your muscles and your cells to function efficiently. I won't go too much more into that because you might fall asleep. Okay, so nutrition, so important. Avoid caffeine, sugar, and carbonation before and after working out, please. It's going to help you so much more. All right, so yeah, I've got my water here. No coffee before I go. And if you need recommendations for good supplements or energy type boosting, natural energy boosting supplements, I have lots of recommendations. So just message me and I can send you recommendations for all kinds of amazing natural products to help you out. Okay, so number 5, we're on number 5 finally. Okay, so my number 5 tip for helping you find your best workout is make sure when you're choosing your workout, you find something that you enjoy. Some people love running and training for marathons, and that's awesome for them, but that's not for everyone. That doesn't mean it's right for you. Go back and listen to the video. There's some more tips that you'll hear as well that kind of relate to this, but make sure, some people maybe find a dance workout. For me, personally, because my life is super crazy and busy and chaotic, crazy mommy life, I actually prefer a slower workout. So I do like a sort of like a yoga Pilates type workout. It's called Yielding on God's Authority, which I can recommend, a great studio for you if you're looking for a faith-based workout. But there are so many amazing workouts. Hi, Michelle, Yvonne, Jessica. I think I saw Jaylyn there. Hi, guys. Great to have you. Okay, so I'm on number 5 here. Make your workout fun. Find something you enjoy. Some people love Zumba. Some people love to run. Some people love to just listen to some music and go on an elliptical. But make sure you take into consideration all the other points that I went over a little earlier. Okay, find someone to work out with. That can make a huge difference. Just that extra encouragement and motivation from a friend to be there with you. Some people you got to find like a trainer, because otherwise you're not going to be motivated. That can always help too. And then the third thing is, you don't have to have a gym membership to get a great workout. And you don't have to work out like an hour or two every day to get the results that you want. If you're taking into consideration all the other 4 points that I went over earlier, if you are choosing the exercise for the appropriate exercise for the reason that you want, if you're protecting your joints, if you're protecting your muscles, if you're balancing your nutrition appropriately, and you find a workout that you love, then you're going to get the results that you want. Yes, you do have to put work in to get the results you want from a workout, but you can still have fun at it. You don't have to have a gym membership. You don't have to exercise for hours a day. You can break it down into small chunks and still get great results. There's been a lot of great research that has found just doing little chunks of 15 minutes, maybe a couple times a day, sometimes even once a day, you can still get results if you're balancing your blood sugar, drinking your water, doing all those other things that I talked about. You can still get the results that you want. So keep that in mind. And the most important thing is find encouragement. One of the things that I do like is some sort of fitness tracker is great. There's all different kinds out there, but some sort of fitness tracker does help you, because it helps you have that accountability to keep track. Okay, I've burned this many calories, I've walked this many steps, I didn't get great sleep last night, so maybe I'm not going to get as much on my workout today, and that's okay. Lorena's playing with my jewelry over here, so you might see jewelry popping in the screen every once in a while. So make sure that you take that into consideration. My last thing, guys, is your health and your ability to get results out of your workouts is hugely connected to your overall wellness. Our health and our wellness is body, mind, and spirit, guys. So keep in mind that no matter what workout you choose, if you are not healthy spiritually and mentally and psychologically, you may not get the results that you want to get out of your workout. So make sure that you are addressing those areas as well. Find people to talk to, find biblical counseling, and a good mentor. Basically, you could be like the strongest person in the world. You could be the healthiest person. You could be the richest person. You could have everything you've ever wanted. You can be the most popular. You can be the most famous, but all of that is nothing if you don't have true inner peace and joy. And I only know one place that you can find that, and that's in Jesus Christ. So just know that God cares about your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. God has peace for you. God has joy for you. And the Bible says, you could gain the whole world, but if you still lose your soul, it's all for naught. So remember that even when you're working out, that it's okay if you don't have the perfect workout. It's okay if you forget to work out one day and you miss it one day. Try again. Keep trying. Do it in little tiny bursts. Just stick in a few lunges here. Stick in, a plank here, or, find something that you can fit into your routine, even if it's just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can do. All right, guys, I think that I've covered pretty much what I wanted to cover today. I could go on and talk about this for days, but I just wanted to touch on those 5 main points. I hope this helps you out. Please let me know if you have questions. Message me if you want recommendations for nutritional supplements and those kinds of things. I've got so many amazing things I can recommend you guys. And I hope that you find wellness and happiness and peace and joy in your health journey. Have a great day.